Hello, everyone. Welcome to the No Name Podcast. I'm your host today, Arturo here, joined by our co-host Ricky.
Hi.
All right,
It's
I have
listen.
no idea what to say after that.
It,
This
it's
is gonna be great.
a rocky setup for this
Nah,
episode.
nah, nah. It's perfect. It's perfect. You know, this is episode 99. Wow, our 99th episode. Where the heck is Manny?
I just hope he doesn't. This doesn't have nothing screws up on the 100th.
Oh my gosh, tell me about it. All right. You know, lots of stuff to talk about.
So
We,
much.
upcoming movies we might have missed, dead games, events, events in games, events of not getting to play games.
Movies we haven't seen yet. I'm like, do we need to see it though? That's the question.
True. their smile. I kind of want to see that. So But
So
anyways, yeah. All I gotta say is that this is gonna be interesting.
I will say though, if you are listening this on the audio version of the podcast, which I found out recently, those haven't been up the last couple episodes. I gotta double check that. I gotta fix that
Oh,
and all that stuff. Well, because I was working on something for the sports show, and because I'm still trying to figure out what to do for putting that in for audio because we only have it on YouTube right now. First two episodes are on YouTube right now, and all that stuff. And I was trying to figure out, and then I noticed on for us for the podcast, the last couple episodes are not on there. I was like, I could have sworn I set those up and put them on there and everything. So I gotta get that up and running. I gotta get those caught up and everything like that. Um, this episode I will check make sure to have this one on time and everything. And but yeah, so this episode will be on there, and we gotta there's a few other things to get that all checked out. And I originally forgot what I was gonna say before I mentioned this. Oh yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you're probably noticing Arturo uh is experiencing some lag on the video on his screen.
I don't
you
know.
probably
It's
notice you probably notice his movement like every 5 minutes at least. I think it's been and everything, but we just it's been a thoughtful experience to see this and everything like that. So if you're listening to the audio version, please I recommend checking out the YouTube version just to see how this will go throughout this whole episode. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing.
yeah. I don't know. I'm running 4K quality over here, Ricky. I see you moving. I see me moving.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Oh gosh. But yeah, just want to remind everybody we are on YouTube, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast. Ricky, do you want to add any other podcast services that I always forget?
Anchor and many other audio podcast services where we're available.
Yes. And, you know, also catch us on our face. No, we don't have Facebook. On our
Instagram
Instagram, YouTube,
pending, TikTok pending, depending on a few
yeah,
things.
TikTok pending. I think I saw little sample things up for that.
We have some ideas.
But yeah, so let's get started to movies. And, what's coming up? What's been going on? People have been talking about Marvel recently, right?
So much
And
Marvel.
then now we get what Ant-Man and Wasp Quantumania trailer.
So this has been rumored throughout the weekend and everything that this was supposed to come. This was supposed to come out, and I paid no attention to it because like I'm at that point now where it's like I'll see it when it comes out. That's all that matters and everything. Next thing I know, I wake up. There's a trailer. This as the day we're recording this, which is on Mondays as always. It was up. It was available. It is. I watched it. There is a no name reaction live on the YouTube channel for it and everything. If you want to check that out. And all I gotta say is, like, I'm ready for this. I want to see this. I'm excited for this and everything. But I'm not jumping to conclusions on anything what it is because there was a lot in that trailer with a lot of questions of what leads to what. And right now I'm just focused on Black Panther right now and everything.
Just Black Panther right now, guys. No, honestly, I haven't seen the trailer either. I didn't even hear any hype around it either.
Well, because
Um,
well,
well, to be fair, I have been out in the boonies for like the past like 5 days, so
even the sand dunes.
yeah, that's the boonies.
It's the same thing. Okay.
No.
Well, no, but it's like here's the thing. We're in this like day and age now where it's like people are like, are we having too much Marvel movies and Marvel
Oh,
superhero stuff and everything, and it's like there's like 15 million other things to watch. Why are we focusing on why there's too much of this and all that stuff? And it's like I'm like I am a like for me being like I everyone knows like I am a big MCU fan and all that stuff, but at the same time it's just like I said, it's like I'm excited for Quantumania and everything. I've been excited for it ever since it got announced and everything. But there's other things that are coming out. Like I have Black Panther. Black Panther's literally next month, and
yeah.
it's like my focus right now is on that. Then I'll focus on once that's done. Then I'll focus on Ant-Man. Or if there's gonna be a Disney Plus show between then and there, then I'll watch that. Then I'll focus on that too and everything like that.
Speaking of Disney Plus shows, how was She-Hulk?
I had a good time with it. I enjoyed
You
it.
had a good time with it?
I had a good time. I enjoyed it. People, of course, will say their complaints about it, about what and all that stuff and everything like that. And people can say of like, oh, it doesn't have enough action. It's not a superhero origin story. I'm like, fool. That's the point of the show. It's different and everything. Set in the MCU, it is literally about someone that is actually questioning about them wanting to be a superhero overall and all that stuff. And then most people are complaining for the fact of how long it took to get to see Daredevil. And I'm like, y'all are too much. And everything like that. And everything like that. And then it's like I'm just like I love the show. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. And the finale is like one of my favorite episodes, like my favorite episode of any MCU Disney Plus show episode and everything. So and everything. The fact of where that episode takes it and how it brings the true origin meaning of the comic book version of it is really cool for that stuff and brings a whole
Sorry.
lot of meaning of breaking the fourth wall and all stuff because that's always been She-Hulk's thing in the comics and all stuff. So it's been a very it's been a good times. I enjoyed it. I had a good time with it. Um and everything. I don't want to. It's just more of the fact of like I think I've been more drained out, more of just hearing the whole people talking crap about it, and it's like it's not legit criticism. It's just criticism that doesn't need to be bothered about
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And that's what I see a lot. And it's like some people are saying like it's not true to the comics and all that stuff. I'm gonna keep tooting this horn till the day I die Like you need to stop trying to compare MCU to original source material and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
let it breathe its own wings and bring its own version to what it is to this setting of Marvel and all that stuff. Quit trying to do all that crap about it's not true to the character and all that stuff. I'm like, fool, it's not supposed to be half most of the time. It's literally like this is what it is. This for this version in this particular universe, and this is what we have, and all that stuff. Same thing with everything before it. Same thing about and whatever's gonna come after that and all that stuff. The and everything like for that stuff. So, um, but um, but yeah. But back to Ant Man though. I'm I'm very excited for that movie. I am excited for that movie. I'm very excited what's it gonna bring of like what that trailer showed is like like I said, it brings a lot of questions of like about certain things that they showed. Um, Jonathan Majors, who is playing the villain or whatever, or King the Conqueror, and all that stuff, I'm already terrified and scared. And it was barely anything they showed. It's like a little of it, and I'm already scared of him. I don't know what the hell it's gonna do and all that stuff. And of course, this movie also sets up the next Avengers movie, King Dynasty. So it's gonna be interesting of where that leads to that too. So I was like I said, I'm excited for the movie, but right now, just got done with She-Hulk and now focusing towards Black Panther
Yeah.
for that stuff. Which, like I said, seeing it Thursday by myself most likely because yeah, and then just waiting on you guys so we can go see it Friday and all that stuff.
I just want to catch a special glimpse.
And all that stuff. I told you, I was like, I'm seeing that Thursday with or without anybody, no matter what, because and everything. And if we're going like we normally go on a Friday, and that's fine with me and all that stuff. And I'm probably see it again on a Saturday and all that stuff because that's how much I get. I enjoyed that movie, the first movie, and all that
Oh
stuff, and what
gosh.
it brings and what's and all that stuff, especially what this movie is gonna bring and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it gonna probably is there a chance that this is probably gonna upset people but if certain things are not certain way? Probably and all that stuff. And for me, it's just more like I just wanted the story. I just want to enjoy the story where it leads and how much it brings, how much what they're gonna do for the future of not just Black Panther but Wakanda as a whole, and
Yeah.
where is it gonna be? How is it gonna place in the future of the MCU and everything? But everybody else just want to talk about what the potential post credit scene is and who might be in it and all that stuff with a particular villain. And I'm like, dude, stop. Like it's fun the first time talking about that kind of stuff, but if you constantly bring it up over and over, it's like stop. You're gonna just lead yourself to more disappointment if it doesn't happen
Yeah.
and everything for that. So it's like it is what it is. And everything.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know, speaking of, comic book and show differences, I've been hearing a lot of mixed reviews on Black Adam.
You want to know something?
What?
I ended up watching the post credit scene on a TikTok.
Yeah.
And you know what sucks though?
Mm,
The fool spoiled it before he showed it before they showed it the reveal.
gosh.
Like he literally like the guy that made the TikTok literally like maybe a couple seconds before the reveal literally put the captions and said what it was. And I'm like, why would it's bad enough you're already showing this on TikTok, but you made it even worse by even spoiling before you show it and everything. Like you already explained what it is before you show it. Like, come on, man. And all that stuff. Like either you're bad at timing it on where to place the caption, or you just didn't care and all that stuff. And I'm just like, I kid you not, Black Adam. I was I was my excitement literally dropped every like soon as we got more and more closer to that movie releasing
Yeah.
and everything. And it's not even like there was no promotion. Not that the fact there was no promotion or anything like that. It wasn't even for the fact of like with the behind the scenes stuff that's going on with not just DC but Warner Brothers in general. It was just the fact of like I don't care anymore
Yeah.
and everything. It's just like, and it was just like it's gonna come out and like in all honesty, it was like it kind of like I kind of forgot, and then until that week of till that week of, and I was like, oh yeah, this is coming out. Probably not gonna watch it. I'll probably watch if I do. Cool. If I most likely probably watch it, I'll probably wait until it shows up on HBO Max. It's a lot. And that says a lot right there, and that sucks at the same time and all that
Yeah.
stuff because it is The Rock and all that stuff, and he'd been wanting to play this character for so long. I'm sure, despite the mixed reviews, it's probably actually not a bad movie and all that stuff. Maybe a few bad, disappointing things and all that stuff. Tell me why. I found it. I found a TikTok. Say, oh, it was a guy that literally left the movie within the first couple minutes of the movie. And no, but here's the kicker though. The guy's a Christian, and apparently, um, because there was like I wanted to find he had to have another TikTok about him explaining this and all that stuff because it just showed about how like they saw it, they were there for the first couple seconds and left, and then it switched over to them talking to one of the guest services at the theater on getting a refund and everything like that for it. And I was like, where's the reason video for this? And so he goes to like a Christian school and all that stuff and everything like that. And then like I guess they went to go see the movie, and um apparently they ran to someone he ran to somebody they knew, and they said you don't want to see this movie. It has to deal with the devil and all that stuff. And I'm like, oh my god, no, oh no, let's not and everything.
Good.
And he starts explaining about like how it's like it has Christian God, it has like it deals with getting his powers from Christian God, Egyptian gods, and there's like you see this uh devil, and like it deals with demons, and I'm like, no, no, like first of all, it deals with a total holy high spirit thing than what you are right now. It shouldn't even affect you as a Christian, in my opinion, and all that stuff because it deals with a different type of gods and everything and all that stuff. And it's like what because like here's the first the TikTok what I first saw, the first TikTok I saw, he was talking about how he left in the first 5 seconds of it. But the thing was, the first thing he shows was like the first couple seconds of a movie trailer, not the actual movie. And then it switches over to him talking to like the guest services dude and all about I'm getting the refund, which I think they did get their refund for. And the guest services guy was talking about like, oh, I can like, it's understandable about like because of your beliefs and everything like that. And I'm just like, whatever, whatever. I'm not gonna try and engage in this and all that stuff. So, but there was that, and then like, I don't know. It was just like I had this. There was this one dude was talking about. I was like, it's like I spent like nearly. This movie was bad. He's like, this is and everything. It was like I literally spent like $20 for the ticket. I spent like nearly like maybe like $50 for like popcorn and everything like that. I'm like, why'd you even spend the money for food at least? Like
Oh gosh.
you don't have AMC A list? And I was just
For
like,
real.
and it was like it was just so it was just like I'm seeing like I have been mostly seeing like negative stuff. I'm not gonna lie and everything. But I think it's the negative stuff. It's like, man, you know what? I will give this movie a shot still, and everything like that.
I've
Uh,
heard that, good things about the action in this movie. Like,
yeah,
this is all without spoilers. Like, and the action in this movie is pretty good. I've heard that, if you're a comic book fan, you're gonna absolutely hate this movie because they didn't make him into like an anti-hero or anything like that. No, he's just like a full on hero that kills bad guys. That's all it is. There's no morally questioning thing that he does, and I'm like, ooh,
Isn't
because
that is? I mean, like, okay.
but like, especially for Black Adam's character though.
I think that
Granted, this is like a brand new introduction and everything, but like they don't even make his main like clasher, Shazam either. It's just
but you have to also remember this is the Rock we're talking about.
true.
A Rock movie, whether he's featured in it or starring in it, you shouldn't nothing against the guy. Don't get me wrong, and all that stuff. Like more power to him for even like doing this stuff, for being in movies and even taking on like this thing in particularly. And you're expecting more of an action packed kind of movie than getting story and lore and background and all that stuff and everything like that. So like just that right there was already telling me, like, even that, like before like seeing a trailer and all that stuff and everything like that, that right there was like that already like set it my expectations not low but enough to like I will probably enjoy this movie even even if the story's not that good
Like I'm just going here with low expectations.
and all that stuff and everything. But it's like I said, it was like, but like I said, it was like my not expectation, but my willingness of wanting to see this in theaters had literally died down because it was just like nobody. It's like nothing about it was just like because like seeing the trailers and all that stuff. I'm like, hey, this is cool, but it's like it's not like wanting me to. It's not gonna want me to go into a theater to watch this. Honestly. That's why it's like if I end up watching this on HBO when it comes out on HBO Max, like I won't. It's like I'm not gonna be disappointed about it probably overall. I mean, like,
Yeah.
and again, like I said, since I've been getting mostly negative reactions on this, it has a little bit made me want to see it a little bit more and all that stuff. Though again, it's like I already know what the post credit scene is and everything, but it's just more. And it's just like I said, I'm not upset of seeing it on a TikTok. I'm upset that the guy that made the TikTok decided to explain what it is before revealing it and all that stuff. And because it's like, dude, if you're gonna do this, do it right and all that stuff at least and everything. And if like one of the, I think like one of the things already. This is not a spoiler because it's already been shown in trailers and commercials. Amanda Waller's in this. I think it was a dumb idea to actually show her before the movie came out and all that stuff because
Yeah.
if you're gonna like, especially if Warner Brothers plans on making this somewhat of a connected universe of stuff, and the fact that you brought in Viola Davis, who plays Amanda Waller, into this, it's like, don't you want to like kind of keep that a secret? Now I know for like Marvel's case, like yeah, we get stuff a little bit more spoiled on stuff, but at the same time, like it's always gonna get leaked quickly no matter what, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But that's fine though. At the same time, with DC, it's kind of different because there's not
It's not Marvel.
it's not yeah, technically it's not Marvel and all that stuff and everything, and it's like it doesn't have that success and everything. So it's like no, but and then plus the one thing about it was like, in my opinion, was like it didn't feel like it is gonna have any kind of connections to anything from the other movies and all that stuff, whether it be Shazam and all that stuff or anything like that. And of course, there's also there was also the one big rumor and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, it's like kind of came true. And but like I said, it's like I think not showing, I think showing Amanda Waller was kind of a not a good idea and all that stuff on their part on that.
Just
So
like all these kind of things
it
just
is what it is.
exposed.
But it is what it is. I mean, it's out now. Rotten Tomatoes, the audience score is like at a 90% last time I checked. So audience has spoken. Like again, like I can care less about critics reviews and all that stuff and everything, because I had a feeling the majority was gonna probably like not bash it, but not like it and have its moments about it. But that's what critics are for and everything. And again, like I said, am I gonna watch it? Probably. I just don't know when. And all that stuff and everything. So it's out. It's here. It. I think it got 140 million in the in its opening weekend. Let me double check that. I don't know yet. Give me a sec. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Go, 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 go. Yeah, 140 million global in the box office. So hey, I mean I don't know what the budget was for it, but or if it's a yeah, it was a big deal. Okay, cool. Even though 140 was a big deal. Okay, but yeah, it's here. It's here. We're here. It's here. We'll see what else happens in the future.
We'll see. We'll see. Do we plan on seeing Black Adam still,
I'm if you
or are we down to more watch like Smile, Halloween Ends, all these other movies that we've been kind of skipping out on?
because we've been busy. Well, technically you, but
Yeah, technically me. I'm the bad person because
I'm
I
not. No, I'm not
do
saying you're the
everything.
bad person because I understand why and all that stuff, and I'm not, and everything like that. It's just all that stuff. We for Halloween's Ends, I still got to see the other two, and then and then
Oh,
but then again, it's like I'm hearing not good things about that movie, so that's kind of not upsetting, but it's like okay, well, it is what it is. But haven't seen Smile. I do want to see Smile, and like I said, I'm down to see Black Adam and everything like
Trick
that.
or Treat as well.
Trick or Treat. Which one is that?
Oh, you don't know?
No.
So Trick or Treat. I think that was a movie that was supposed to be released like in 2020 because of COVID. But because of COVID hit, it was
Mm-hmm.
a horror movie,
Mm-hmm.
and so it didn't release, and I think it only released on streaming. But they're releasing it in theaters again.
Interesting.
Very.
Mm, I'll look it up and then check it out. Like I think it's for me now. It's just like we're in that point of work. We're toward the end of the year. And it's like there are some that are out there, but it's at the same time it's like not much to be excited for, except for Black
Yeah.
Panther. For that's like the only thing I'm like everything else that's like. Of course, there's stuff that's out that I do want to see that I haven't got to see, but like looking forward, the only thing really is freaking Black Panther and all that stuff. I mean, like I can't think of anything else really and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I think Avatar comes out in December, but then again, I don't. That never
I
excited
mean,
me in the
but
first
again,
place.
it's Avatar.
Yeah, like it never excited. It never excited me, like all that stuff. I fell asleep watching the first one, and that was after it came out in theaters. That says a lot.
Yeah. So Trick or Treat is a movie that originally came out in 2007, actually, and but only as a DVD and digital release only. So it's never been out in theaters
And it's coming out in theaters. Why?
because it's just
Well, I mean,
that
because
good.
it came out. I mean, if it originally came out in 2007, why is it coming like 15? Why is it coming out in theaters 15 years later?
Don't know.
That is so weird.
Wait, wait,
Um,
wait.
um, yes. So far, I am looking at a list of November movies, and so far, nothing has piqued my interest yet outside of
Oof.
Black Panther. Then again, I need to wait for a freaking trailer. Probably see it. We'll see a trailer for it. Yeah. So far, nothing. 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 Oh, I was like, wait, because I was like, I saw Nope just pop up. I'm like, wait, what? It's coming out on Peacock.
Mm.
So, so far, nothing, nothing. Okay. Glass Onion, which is actually the Knives Out sequel,
Yeah.
that's happening. Is it already out on Netflix though? Gotta double check that. And
Don't know.
so far, nothing. So far, nothing else. So, oh, okay. So limited. So it's coming in limited theaters on November 23rd. It comes out on Netflix a month later. Weird. Okay, that is what it is. I'm not gonna trip about it and all stuff. So yeah. So outside of Black Panther, Glass Onion. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. Again, again. You could say Avatar too, but it, no, no. Like I didn't even, I didn't even when it got when the first one got re-released. I'm like, why? And all that stuff. Like, just quit releasing it in theaters. Just bring it out, re-release it on a 4K Blu-ray DVD disc and all that stuff, and people will buy it then. And all that stuff. Quit releasing it in theaters again.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't make sense though because Avatar is now under the same company as Avengers Endgame because those are like the top two all time for like grossing and all
Yeah.
that stuff, and it's all under Disney. So it's like, do you really need to do that again? I don't think you do. And all that stuff. Like, you got your top two movies and everything that's in there and all that stuff. You're good, Disney. You're good. It's fucking funny. But yeah.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Right. Okay. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, they put up the trailer. Cool. I will look at this while we continue. All that stuff. While we continue.
Nice. All right. Yeah. So I think actually next was, speaking of dead, speaking of horror, right? You know how dead is part of horror. Is Multiverse dead?
This is a lazy transition, but okay, I'll go with it.
Hey, hey, at least it's a transition. Don't even get me started on the last recording.
Let's,
With Manny and his transitions.
oh,
Oh,
so we haven't played Multiverses in a long time
no, we haven't.
and
And that's
everything,
mainly on my fault too, because actually we
and
haven't played anything in a long time.
I'm not blaming you for that. I'm not, and everything. Like, I know you have your thing. I mean, I've been on it a couple times, but that's it and all that stuff. But I just and all like when we play Multiverses, it's like when we play it, it's when me and you play. That's like the most time we have a good time and all that stuff and everything. Like it's like nothing against the game. It's just and everything. And I've been playing other stuff also, so it's like it's everything there. But the one thing about it that's I don't want to say it surprises me, but it's more of the fact of like it's more of like why like what's the reason of this of doing this. And the last couple months there's been and I find it funny that I've seen two TikToks in the last 3 months talking about this. That's it. It's not a bigger deal than what it is. So it's like, because like the fact that it's like how these people react to it, they make it sound like it's a big deal.
Oh yeah, it's funny because um, for instance, right, Ricky, you sent me a TikTok, and they're talking about like the decline of multiverses, how it went from like a 9 whatever multi user
So
platform to a like
so
four
like
digit.
so yeah, apparently like as of recently, I don't know how long ago that the recent one I sent you, I don't know how long ago he made that was posted, but he was saying like as of that moment of when he posted that, it was at currently at least under 5,000 concurrent players on Steam and everything.
Yeah,
So here's the one.
and
So here's the one thing that's like already not. I don't want to say upsetting, but more of like why. Like you're only using one platform and everything and everything. Like yeah, disregard console for no odd reason and all that stuff. I get yeah. People can deal with their PC master race bullshit and all that stuff. And everything like that. But don't try to like already call it a dead game when you're using one platform to base your thing off this and everything. Now I know, and I know for the fact, and I know that it's hard to get numbers for consoles to know player base on consoles. Understandable, but don't do that and everything. Don't do that, in my opinion. Um, for that stuff. That was one thing. The other thing about it was like they talked about servers on what they talked about the servers. Here's the thing about the servers. At least from our experience, it hasn't been that big. Like we've had moments of lag and stuff like that, but
uh,
for me at least, I don't look at it as a big deal in a way.
yeah,
Just for the fact of it's like it's not constantly happening a lot and everything. It's not like happening in every game, or for the fact of like it happens in one game maybe a couple times, but it doesn't. It's not like constant a lot. It doesn't happen a lot. It'll be like, it'll be like that rare moment of I'm over here, then back up, then and then it moves quickly to where somewhere else is. But it does, and like I said, it doesn't happen consistently and all that stuff. So it's like there's that. The other thing he was mentioning about was move sets for the player, the moves like the move sets and all that stuff.
yeah,
Um, Talking about like they only have two particular dodges compared to Smash, which has like a bajillion ways of dodging and all that stuff. And I think what I don't know if it just like pisses me off and all that stuff, or if it's just something that's just like I don't understand maybe because I don't play a lot of Smash, even though it's like one of my favorite games. It feels like everyone, like especially with these platform style game fighting games, where there be multiverses, even Nickelodeon, for an instance in Brawlhalla, they try to compare this to Smash. Like why?
yeah.
What is the reason to compare this to Smash?
And
I get it's the top all of a platform fighting game and everything like that, but we don't need to compare. We don't. Everything doesn't need to be compared to that. It doesn't need to have everything of what Smash is and all that stuff and everything like that. I don't need 15 million dodges mechanics to enjoy a game, in my opinion. And all
and
that.
can I just add something too?
Go ahead.
Smash has been doing this since, you know, what
Forever,
the night, like since like what the 90s, right?
forever, forever. Like,
Since like the Nintendo 64, right? That's when the first Smash first came out.
mm-hmm,
Smash 64.
yeah.
So yeah,
It's
so
it's
Nintendo has been doing this for a long time, for a while,
it's literally been on the
and
top of the hill, and nobody
let's
else.
be honest, eh, Smash took a long while to get to where it needs to today. And each Smash game is different and unique in its own
I was
player
gonna
base,
say,
but
like I don't. I was gonna say, like people
in the
still
end of
play
the day,
still people play melee to this day, and everything like
and
that.
like nobody can decide like what the best Smash game is, and that's the only thing it's ever had to go up against is just different
Itself,
versions of itself. And you know, it doesn't necessarily consider itself a fighting game, but in the end of the day, it
exactly.
is. It's a very unique 2D platform fighting game, and we have some similar to that. But it's in the end of the day, they're their own mechanics and they're their own things. Like Brawlhalla, for instance, you could say, "Oh, Smash is just a complex clone of Brawlhalla. Smash Ultimate is," or "Oh, yeah, then that's the simple case of Smash. Then go back to playing Smash 64, right? Oh,
Mm,
that's the simplest mechanics of Smash. There you go. Multiverses, it's its own unique thing. It's not
thing.
Smash.
Hmm.
And the best part about it too is it's new. It doesn't bring the Nintendo characters. It brings a whole new character pool which you think you've never seen. Oh, sure, you could probably plug those in as like skins or mods into Smash Bros. But in the end of the day too, you complain about multiverses servers like Smash servers, Nintendo Online, which is a
Nintendo.
platform, which is a thing you have to pay for,
True.
right?
True.
And they're crappy. Dude, like half the servers don't even work and they're always laggy. Whether you're playing Pokemon, Smash Bros, or whatever other crap you're trying to play.
So, but here's the
I
thing.
would know. I played Fortnite on the Nintendo Switch.
But here's the thing. There, people will counterpoint that just for the fact that we're playing. We're playing these. This game in particular is on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC via Steam, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't have. They're gonna say for it being on those three type of platforms. There shouldn't be an issue for server issues for it and all that stuff. I think the one thing that people don't understand about multiverses in particularly, this is a free to play game.
Yeah.
So of course, lag is going to be an server stuff is going to be an issue on free to play games in general. In all honesty, and for that stuff, it you see that in battle royale games. You see that in any type of free to play game that has a large player base and all that stuff. That is,
And let's keep in mind too that this is a categorized fighting game.
mm,
It's not going to match up to the scales of Call of Duty, Apex, Fortnite, because most of our player base, the game community player base, is a shooter platform
yeah.
or a Minecraft RPG. This is fighting based, so this is games you'd have to compare to along the lines of like Street Fighter,
But
Mortal Kombat.
and then the other thing about that, fighting games in general, when playing online, has a history of server issues and all that stuff. It is just now in the last couple years of fighting games now figuring out ways to have a better servers and better net code in order to have functioning online game fighting games to work, matches to work, and everything. And that's all. And you got to thank COVID for that. In all honesty, and everything, because
That but fighting platform games typically have some of the lowest to called player based communities too.
that is true.
And and multiverses is already one of the biggest player bases that fighting platforms have.
Mm, it is true, and all that stuff. Like you have to. I kid you not. I go back to Genesis. When we went to
I go
Genesis,
back to Evo. No,
well, no, no, well, particularly Genesis, because when I mean, of course, Smash was more kind of the reason. But when we went to watch the Nickelodeon tournament for All Star Brawls, those guys were hyped and everything like that, and that was a small
just,
thing and everything.
that was just a small thing. Not only that was just a small thing.
Yeah,
That was Nickelodeon All Stars. Nobody
yeah,
cares about that game, and that was
true,
hype.
true. That is true. Like I haven't even touched it since I bought it
I even touched it, and I got it from Gifted.
and all that stuff. So that's
To be
it.
fair, I did get Gifted on Steam, so
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like I just like, are you complaining about this because you are a Smash player and a fan of Smash? Like, and also, because that's where I feel like most of these complaints come from, and what they compare it to is mostly Smash, and I'm just like, do you? I'm like, I'm guessing you play a lot of Smash, so it's like that's the only thing you know of and everything. That's what you
yeah.
play. That's what you grow up with. That's where you hone your stuff and everything like that.
They just never branched off to any other games.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm like, well, I played Smash. Smash, really good 2D platform game. what's it called? I played um lot of Nintendo games are 2D platform games.
Mm.
I played a lot of Celeste. Celeste is a 2D platform game that utilizes a lot of mechanics that I've seen in multiverses. Platforms, sliding on the walls. It's called directional air dodges and things. I'm like, it's great.
Yeah. So I'm just like I don't like, and I guess like they're also complaining. I saw one thing they were complaining about how they showed about the content releases of what the characters that's been out so far and they were like talking about how you're promoting about Rick and Morty coming out and you show Black Adam and Stripe on your cover for the new season. I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? Like, like everybody knows, especially if you're in that with the multiverse, you already knew Rick and Morty was already coming out and all that stuff soon with it for multiverses. Of course, they're gonna promote two new characters that are planning on coming soon to the game and all that stuff to get that hype, to make sure those characters get hype for them and all that stuff for soon, because we already know Rick and Morty, as big as they are is already a big deal just within itself by name.
Yeah, I'm like they like just that itself gives itself enough promotion.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're gonna want to give promotion to obviously your two leads that you're gonna lead off with
And also,
in multiverses. That
and you
that might not be the most well known,
and you want to
which is Black Adam and Stripe.
yeah, and you want to complain for the fact that Black Adam Stripe is now showing on the main like cover art when you load the game in and everything like that, because they and all that stuff. Like, dude,
It's no better with their fire up.
and all that stuff. Like, literally, and look what's happened since then. Rick and Morty's out. We've Stripe just recently came out, and then we got an additional one of Gizmo in between all that. Like, dude, like the content is fine, in my opinion. People can say it sucks or what they want, but the content has been fine so far. And then don't even get me started with the skins they got right now for for like their horror seasons and all that stuff. Those are those are awesome. For those ones, like that is awesome and everything. Like there's gonna be a little repetition on what I'm gonna be talking about later on, and also too, for just similar to about what we're talking about for just this game. But it's just like people, I don't know if just people are just being greedy overall about when it comes to cosmetic stuff now or just content in general. It's just like, dude, what do you want? And all that stuff. Um and everything. So it's just like the fact that I still keep up with it. They just had a tournament this past weekend. I didn't get to watch it though and everything, and it looked and it, I hope it did well viewership wise and everything for that, because it's just fun. It's just like the fact that the game is being promoted still, the game is being out there, they're adding more stuff to it. I'm sure they know about the other stuff, the back end stuff and everything like that, and they're trying to fix that. But that kind of stuff takes time and all that stuff. You don't want to rush stuff like that and everything. Particularly if you're doing online fighting for to get matches to work, be on par and all that stuff with perfect to make it work.
Yeah.
Especially when it's 2v, and especially because multiverses is mainly particularly 2v2 and everything for this. This isn't
Smaller kind of player base too.
yeah, that too. Excuse me. So it's like take it time and all that stuff like and everything like that. We finally got there's actually a new map or arena with just the Space Jam one. Um for that. So that's pretty cool to see and everything. And then it's like I'm sure they got a lot of stuff planned and all this stuff. And I'm just like I just see like I get, but here's the thing. Like I said, though we are talking about this, it's just I think it's more the fact of, for me at least, I've seen two TikToks in the last, I want to say 3 months, saying that this game is dead and all that stuff. And
If this is a dead game, I must be like 40 years old.
exactly, it's like the fact that I'm seeing this shows that either you don't care about the game and all that stuff, or you're not willing to give the chance of what it is and all that stuff. Or if you don't like, again, if you don't like the game in general, just don't play it. Don't have it installed on your PC or console and everything, and then just let it be. Honestly, I can't. If they decide to bring a Switch version out for this, oh, it's over. It's over,
Nintendo no more. No, just kidding.
and all that stuff like and everything like that. Like it's over. Like I mean, it's like because it's already making me want to get a Steam Deck to get it because like I love that's how much I love this game and all that stuff, and I want to play it. Like I would love to have this play on the go for all that stuff. Though I haven't pulled the trigger yet on it, and I like I said I would love to play. Like I enjoy this game. Like the only real complaint I have for it is, and it's more particularly on like just on the Xbox version of the game.
Mhm.
To do offline games, we have to have actual accounts signed in to do 4 player games offline on in lobbies, in private lobbies. And I'm like, no, just accounts already signed in, sign them in as guests. That's it within the game itself, and we can play. I don't need to have every single one of my friends to sign into their goddamn Xbox account so that we can play do off lobbies and all that stuff and everything. If we're playing like at this in the same room and all that stuff. I don't know if it's like that on the PlayStation version. Um, I'm probably sure it does and everything. Um, that's like my only complaint, really, of that. Um, I'm fine with like how the content's coming in. Like not it's not coming in quickly. Because I think I'm getting like exhausted by that with other free to play games, which I'll talk about later. Um, and everything. I'm just excited to get back. I want this game at Genesis. In all honesty, like if this game's gonna be at Genesis in January, yeah, wait to
Trying to
watch that.
compete.
Oh, I'm down. See that right there, worth buying a full pass if that happens. And all that stuff. Because like, I don't care if I'm watching or competing because I want to see that and all that stuff. Like, I kid you not, the fact that there was a tournament this past weekend, I'm upset that I didn't get to watch it and all that stuff and all that stuff. Like, I'm just like I like the game. I enjoy what it has. The controls are simple, the control and everything like that. I don't have to figure out 15 million things at once and all that stuff. How I feel with other fighting games and Smash, and particularly too, um,
Yeah.
and everything like that. It's simple. It's easy. Like it's easy to pick up and play and learn and all that stuff. Like I like fighting games overall. Don't get me wrong and all that stuff. I'm excited for the next Street Fighter when that comes out. And I plan on getting that when everything like that and everything. But Multiverses is that game where it's like I'm wanting to like pick up, play, and if I don't feel like I'm doing something right, I want to learn how to actually try to like do somewhat better at it and all that stuff and learn stuff about from it. And I can go and it's just like again, it's like the only reason why I haven't played it is because and again, I'm not faulting Arturo because he has a life and everything like that.
I
And
have a
everything.
life. I'm not as shut in neat like I wish to be.
And
I
everything.
need to go to work and make money
Yeah, he has
to
a life.
get. No, sh-
He has a life, and I'm not gonna fault him for that. But I have a good time. I have a more good time playing that game with him and all that stuff and everything and all that stuff. So it's like again, like I said, I've been playing other things also, which I'll talk about later. And every time I see that game, like I want to like, man, I miss playing this game. I literally say to myself, like, man, I miss playing this game and all that stuff and everything. And I'll get on like to look at a few things, check what's new and all that stuff. Maybe play a couple one-on-ones just to see how just to get that comfortability still there, so I don't feel like I'm completely lost in it and everything. But other than that, it's just like the game is growing. It's still an infancy. I feel like we're in this day and age where people are rushing games to come out more faster and bring out more content than they should. Um, and it's just it's again it's stupid to see about when people talk about that stuff
Yes, a lot of different things. And speaking of me missing out on gameplay, is there any gameplay that you've been pretty much doing right now, Ricky?
So,
Any new
so,
Overwatch or Call of Duty?
so, like I said, I have been playing other stuff and everything. Like I haven't done a lot of things recently with the other games that we normally play. Um, I mean, Fortnite is Fortnite as always. So I haven't even finished the battle pass yet, which is kind of surprising. Normally, I'll get it done by the half of the season, halfway through the season. Um, and they're currently in Fortnite. They're currently doing their Fortnitemares thing, which is has been a little interesting to see. Uh, uh, I have not played Apex at all this season. I think the beginning, and that's it. Um, and all that stuff. But I am about it. I am excited about the new season and all that stuff. And I will say that we got a new map coming. The new legend looks very interesting, and it looks like we have a legend that's going to be find gives find us fi- like it's going to be anti recons. That's we're finding a way to like what her skill set is going to be very interesting to see with when we go against recons legends. So it's going to be interesting to see that. So I'm excited about that. What else do we normally play? We already talked about multiverses and all that. Um, tried out Street Fighter 6, I think, and everything, and very excited about that. But I will literally say the two games that I've played recently, I've been really excited for more than I thought I was going to be. So Overwatch 2.0 officially came out and all that stuff. Yes, it's titled Overwatch 2, and people have their gripes about the fact that it says Overwatch 2 when it's a glorified content update and everything like that. But that's fine. I don't care. That's why I say Overwatch 2.0 and all that stuff. And so, of course, the big factors is multiplayer is now free to play, which includes a battle pass system, and what was I going to say? It went from 6v6 to 5v5, and how that works is 2 support, 2 DPS, and 1 tank. So that changes the removal of a tank changes dramatically. Um, and we've got 3 new heroes that came out on this. 3 new heroes along with that. They plan on alternating new heroes and new maps by each season. We're currently in season 1. I did buy the battle pass because I do wanted to see. There is a so it only goes this the battle pass for Overwatch goes to 80 tiers, and I kid you not that the final tier, which is a rare mythic skin, is legit. It is literally legit. I and everything. I checked out what it was, and it's a they call it a mythic for a reason. The fact that you can actually customize certain things about it too, awesome, awesome. I'm currently on tier 17 though. I will say, grinding that battle pass is hard. It's a little bit hard and all that stuff. I'm not gonna lie, and all that stuff. Like if I had to rank about grinding battle passes between the different games, free to play games that I've played, Fortnite, Warzone, Apex, Halo Infinite, a little bit towards the bottom and everything. Um, for that, like I will always say, Halo is the more easier one to complete all your tiers in a battle pass. It really is, in all honesty. But I feel like the thing is like of course you have your challenges, dailies, weekly, seasonal, and all that stuff. They are their challenges are interesting to check out and try to do them and all that stuff. So that's been a good motivator. At least one of the interesting things that they're doing of um you can earn extra battle pass XP by picking a select role, or select or no, right now it's like if you do a support role, you get an extra battle pass XP, or if you select the all roles option, and that's there too also. They just had a they just had a double XP weekend, which I totally missed out on, and all that stuff because of another game that I played, which I'll talk about a bit too. And but it's like it is hard. I will admit that, and all that stuff. But I think the more I play, the more I learn about the challenges. It makes it a little it makes it a little more worth it, and every for that stuff. And overall, I'm having a good time with it. I enjoy the 5v5 aspect of it. The fact of it's actually making me want to learn the game more properly for that, and particularly with the roles. So I've done the when I get in, I do the all roles option, and then pretty much what it is, it'll just put me into a game on a specific role. It's been mostly support, which I'm not surprised about, and everything, but it's fine because I get to learn. I'm learning more of how to play as a support. So just going in there and play. Do I still sometimes out DPS my healing here or there, but that's not the point. And all stuff. That's the point of learning and all that stuff. Okay, to get better and all that stuff. Do better for your team and all that stuff. It's all about teamwork and everything. Okay, so don't get on me. I will say though, the TikTok content for this has been very interesting and all that stuff. And that's only for the fact of like people are complaining about new players and all that stuff. And I'm just like, why are you complaining about new players? This game went free to play. Of course, we're gonna get new players. Of course, none of them are gonna know not how to play. You know, it's how to play the game properly, also, and everything.
I
So,
wonder, should I download it?
huh?
Like, which makes me wonder. I'm like, should I download it?
Oh, so here's the thing. So I don't. So for you in particularly, this is gonna get interesting because I don't know if it's gonna. Well, technically, it might, and all that stuff. Because and I think Manny also. I don't know if he ever plans on downloading it also. So particularly for Overwatch 2, since I've played Overwatch 1 and had it on every single platform it's on. Don't judge me. That's just how it is. They're
That's just
both
how it is.
I got it on they were on sale at the time, okay? So I figured why not. And all that stuff. So everything if you happen to have the game, depending on what the platform you had it on, all your content that you've gained throughout the game will merge into one. And of course, week 1 there were server issues. I didn't get to play till a week later. I didn't get oddly enough, we were going to TwitchCon that week, so I didn't. So it was like it wasn't a big deal for me and all stuff. Though I really wanted to play the game, and by the
Like, it
time
wasn't a big deal, but it was a big deal.
it wasn't a big deal, but it was at the same time, and everything because I really wanted to play it. And but when we came back from TwitchCon, I was able to play and all that stuff. There were issues of not all your content being there at once. It was just it had to take time, which was fine and all that stuff. But all my stuff was there. All the skins I had, all my Overwatch League skins that I had too were there. So it was like, that's nice and everything and all that stuff because I would have been so upset if I didn't have that. Because I mean, I watched a lot of Overwatch League to get those skins
Yeah.
and everything and everything. One of the other things is there's no more loot boxes in the game, which surprisingly people are upset about after the fact and everything. Uh so the thing is now it's no long it's all under similar like item shop style kind of things like you see in battle royales and all that stuff. And then of course they have Overwatch coins, which is going to be the currency equivalent to like V-Bucks and everything and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
everything got but the cool thing was any of the old points you got from the original game that will combine depending on all the platforms you had, and you can still use that to get it on skins that are available in the game. So you still had that. So I had to find like what skins I wanted and use that to get some technically free stuff in a way.
Yeah.
and all that stuff, because the way you earn those that in Overwatch 1 was playing through the game and all that stuff and opening loot boxes and all that stuff. And so the one thing about what I was saying is like the fact that it going over to this currency model. So I saw one that was complaining about how a legendary skin was worth $20, and like some of like the voice lines and like the hero interests are like $3 to $7 depending on what it was. And they're complaining about the fact that a legendary skin is $20.
Yeah.
I I don't like, again, I don't know, mostly people, again, this is gonna come to a point of like when I'll talk about this a little bit more. It's like it's coming to this point of like I'm starting to understand like not a lot of people do stick to one game and everything like that. They don't play a lot of stuff. Again, because me and Arturo and Manny to an extent, we play a lot of different games together and all that stuff. We don't stick to one game a lot and everything. And so we have an understanding, particularly to like item shop stuff, where you have one skin that costs this much, whether and all that stuff, and then this really cool, awesome skin is like at this price and all that stuff and everything because of what their rarity is. A legendary skin is always going to range from 20 to $30 on all that stuff.
Yeah.
We're used to knowing that and everything. So we have that already in our system and all that stuff. So when I come into Overwatch 2, seeing that the pricing on the skins and all that stuff of and everything, and not all the skins are available to buy too and everything, because some of them are part of like seasonal events that they have, which you're still going to do. So when I see a legendary skin and it says $20 to translate to real money and everything like that, like, so it's like 2,000 Overwatch coins
Yeah.
and everything. So when I see that, I'm like, yeah, that's believable and everything like that, because
We have that with V-Bucks. We have that with Apex coins. We have that with
COD points,
Gleamium in multiverses.
that too, and everything like that. So it's like for us, because we're so used to the free to play model and all that stuff, we can understand that and all that stuff and everything. We understand why and all that stuff. And then the reason why to understand it more is because it is a lot of money to produce one legendary skin. It is a lot of money to make that stuff and everything. It is a lot of money because you have artists, renderers, and all that stuff to make sure to get it in the game and everything like that. For it from going from a concept art to putting it into a game and everything. So it's like it's not like they're overcharging it in a way. So it's like, like I said, it's like I have that mindset already of like, I know how an item shop works. I know how much an awesome legendary skin will cost. Hell, I throughout the whole Black Ops Call of Duty, the Black Ops Cold War year, I literally bought like almost literally every single kind of legendary skin there was because they were so awesome and everything. And I'm a big 80s person too. And everything. So I was like, of course, of what it is, and it provides a lot along with that. And so it's like that was one gripe. Second gripe, as I mentioned earlier, was new players not knowing how to play the game. Of course, new players are not going to know the game. If they're playing this for their first time, they're going to have to learn the game. And then what even makes it even worse, if you're complaining about this and this is happening in quick play, why? That's the point of quick play. Play whatever you want, learn the game better and all that stuff, and then if you feel like you're comfortable enough, go into competitive and all that stuff. If you're complaining about this in a competitive aspect on that mode, then it's a little more understandable and all that stuff. But if you're complaining about this and you play quick play on this on the majority of your time on that game, something's wrong and all that stuff. That is the point. Quick play modes are the reason of you learning your game, learning the game, learning the modes, learning everything else, and what you can do to learn about getting better. to the point of the fact if you feel comfortable enough to jump into a competitive aspect of the game and all that stuff. That is the point. Unless you're playing Call of Duty and you're screwed. And all that stuff because it doesn't have a rank mode and everything. Um, so that was the other thing. What else was there? No, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it for but overall though, I've had a good time. Now, the other thing, and again, I didn't get to this to you guys, so I didn't get to this. So for new players in general, when you start the game for the first time, you do not get all the heroes. To understand that, just to understand it for everybody.
It's
You
like Apex. No, just kidding.
you would
Well,
have.
Apex I like to watch.
Mm, it's a little different though. So in order to get all the heroes, you have to play a certain amount of games. I forgot what that number was, but it's a lot. And everything. I will say that it is a lot. And everything in order to get them. The new hero, Kiriko. I can't even say it right now. Fuck. And it pisses me off. And she's a new hero. She comes. You can get her within the battle pass. Now she is part of to unlock her. It's either you go if you don't have the battle pass. It's tier 20. It's a free tier, and that's how you unlock her at tier 20. Or if you buy the battle pass straight up, whether it be the $10 one or the $20 bundle one, you get her on instantly. That's the only two. If you want her instantly, you have to buy the battle pass and everything. Were people flipping out about that? Yes, and everything. And again, I don't know if it's just more the fact that you were used to playing. You bought this game for $60 at once, and you've had everything given to you because you paid for it and all that stuff, and you're being now transitioned to this free to play model, and you're upset because you have to now grind your way to get a new hero or pay the $10 and
You
all
have
that
to
stuff.
play the game. No, just
And
kidding.
like, if you're planning on playing this game in constant hours, I think you're fine there and all that stuff. And you can't complain because you can't complain about wanting to play it in competitive because you're gonna have to wait a couple weeks to play in competitive to play that hero in
Yeah.
competitive and all that
There's
stuff.
nothing wrong with free to play either because I think free to play is a great model because you get to try the game. If you like it, spend money on it that you would normally spend buying the game because especially games are costing $60 now.
70.
$70 now.
70. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, that's why I ended up waiting for 2K to go on sale when the season started because I wasn't gonna pay that much. That's not a hero though. So that was the one thing. So for me, again, like I said, me with the mindset of knowing battle passes and how those all work, I was fine. I was planning on buying the battle pass anyways, and all that stuff. So I got her. She's cool. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little weird trying to use her and all that stuff. I just it's gonna take some getting used to. Play. I think I'm gonna play her more this time around, just to get her more. And like she is a support character, so I gotta like I said, I gotta relearn that role in a way because I gotta know and everything of how to work that, especially now.
That's what all comes easy to me. No, just kidding.
And all that stuff. But other than that, like I've had a good time. I haven't got to play it recently because of the fact of the other game I'm gonna be talking about, and all that stuff. But I've had a good time with it. The 5v5 aspect has been cool to see and a nice change, and seeing how the game plays. It, if it's not as cluttered as it used to be, which is good, which honestly is a good thing. It's an improvement for me, so I can enjoy playing this game a little bit more. Um, and all that stuff, and I plan on going back to watching Overwatch League again and all that stuff because it's like as much as now that I've enjoyed this 5v5 method, I want to start watching it again for that too.
Yeah.
And everything. So it's like fun times. Um Again, for new players, just give it like it's now free to play. Just give it a shot. And everything. Try to learn, play each role if you can. So that way you can like understand more about it and everything like for that stuff. If you don't want to get the battle pass, that's totally fine. No one's forcing you to buy it and all that stuff and everything. And have a good time. Like I said, it's free to play, does have cross play and all that stuff. Oh, that's the other complaint. Apparently, if if you're doing cross play and you're playing with a PC player, apparently for console aim assist is turned off. And there's been complaints about that. I was like, okay, that's fine. I'll welcome the challenge. Whenever if that ever happens. Um there's that. So that's the other thing. And yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm hoping I complete the battle pass before the new season because I think the new season starts in December. So so I want to try to get that. I do want to try to get that done. So I do want that 80 tier skin. It is awesome. Yeah, for that. But yeah, that's that. That's Overwatch 2. The other thing is the other game, of course, and I think everybody knows this by now. Modern Warfare 2. I played and finished the campaign. And then multiplayer Spec Ops will come out on Friday as of this episode, when this episode comes out. So I've played it, beat it. I enjoyed it. By the time this episode out, there should be a total of 6 videos out on my YouTube channel with going through the whole campaign and everything. I decided to do it in like parts instead of just uploading it all at once and everything. And everything just to see how it works, just to see how that works. So far, I'm getting views, a couple of views, but it's not that bad. And
What's up?
yeah,
Trying out the new methods.
yeah. So yeah, well, what's interesting about it throughout playing that campaign, there's been like some new stuff that looks very well put. So I think it's like they put this in here so that way you know of like you have a like similar run through of what it's gonna look like when Warzone 2 and the new DMZ mode comes out in November. One of the things about it was the backpack aspect. So I think it was down on the D-pad, and it opens up, of course, this circle grid of all these different items you can select, and all that stuff. So it's whether it be like grenades, heartbeat sensor, or whatever's there. Select it, it'll assign it to whatever uh button it is for those normally. So like if you had a heartbeat sensor, it'll be your bumper, one of your bumpers, and then of course if it's like if you switch it to like the flash grenade, it'll assign it to that. Or if you're select a regular grenade, it'll go to the right bumper or R1 and all that stuff. So it's like you can be able to select your different throwables and all that stuff in your and all that stuff. So that was in there and all. So that was like one aspect that was like, oh, this is different and all that stuff. But I think, like I said, I think that's gonna be more towards for like Warzone 2 and DMZ when those come out for that, and the potential in the raid modes when that comes out in season 1 for that. So, but I had a good time. I literally enjoyed the story. I liked it a lot. I'm excited to see. I've been more and more excited of what could happen here, because this is going to be now the first Call of Duty where it's going to have 2 years of content for it, since they're no longer doing an annual release. So there's going to be no new Call of Duty next year. It's going to be
So this is like next Call of Duty for the next 2 years.
we won't have a Call of Duty for 2 years. Yeah, a new Call of Duty for 2 years. For that stuff. So this is the first one. This will be the first one, and it's going to be interesting of what they'll do on a content perspective and everything. So it's like year 1, first season is going to be the same day Warzone 2 comes out, and in November. So it's like it's going to be interesting of what they do. So because not only for Modern Warfare in particularly, it's going to be Warzone, with the new map and whatever they're gonna with the features they provide. Of course, multiplayer with new maps and everything like that. New guns. Of course, we have the DMZ mode, which is a Escape from Tarkov equivalent and everything for Call of Duty and everything. And Escape from Tarkov is like this looter shooter style kind of thing and all that stuff. It's a very interesting game, and I'll say that from what I've seen of it. Um, there's gonna be of course Spec Ops, which also continues the story and all that stuff. We're gonna get Call of Duty's gonna have raids now, um,
It's gonna be Raid, Call of Duty Legends.
and all that stuff. So it's like it's 3 player raids. Um, I don't know if it's gonna be more under the Warzone aspect for the free to play, or if you're gonna have to have the actual Modern Warfare 2 game to play it. So I don't know what's happening there. The first raid is supposed to happen in midway of season 1, so that's somewhere in December. Somewhere in December for that. So that's gonna be interesting. So we have all those 2 modes. Are we gonna get how's each new season gonna bring out content for those kind of things? There's a rumor that there's gonna be a zombies mode coming for Modern Warfare 2. There's a rumor of a campaign DLC coming in year 2 under the year 2 content levels and everything, or somewhere midway within the first year of content. So I'm actually excited. For the first time ever, I took the day off to play this game for multiplayer.
What?
I've never in my life I've never took a day off to play a game and everything. I've never done that because you know that's like the current thing. Like people take their day off. People take a day off to play a game, whether it be like it's particularly like Call of Duty, and particularly too. I have never done that. This is the first time I've ever done that in my life. So it's gonna be interesting to try check that out, and everything. I'm actually excited. I'm seeing where this goes and all that stuff. Like I'm actually genuinely excited for a Call of Duty game. In all honesty, like don't get me wrong. Like though I've played the last 3 games. I don't think I was ever excited for each one as I am for this one in particularly and everything. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes and all that stuff. Because I had a good time in the multiplayer beta. I actually liked the gun progression, how it works, where it's now under one family, and then the more you level up, the more it actually you get more guns, but the attachments work for all that same within that same gun family. I like that kind of thing. I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm like I said, I'm more interested of what these with this extra year with this now extra year of potential content they'll provide for this one game. See where that goes and see how this works and if it's and all that stuff and it consists. A lot of people are banking on Warzone 2, whatever it flops or fails and all that stuff. I know that there was people had issues of like how to pick up loot now. It's different how they pick up loot. There's probably no loadouts and everything like that, Though it might there's some rumors that they've actually changed that back where they now have loadouts and some other things. Some people are not liking the new perk system. I think it's interesting. Um, and everything from I don't know how it will work on a competitive aspect. I'm interested in seeing how that works more on that side of it because it's more of like how it works is you will have 2 perks that you can use, and the more you play, the more it unlocks a new one. It work and the more you play the game, and I
Yeah.
forget exactly, and then like you have like this ultimate one that you're able to use towards the end. So maybe of like maybe it's just probably of like what perks are assigned under that certain thing. But like I said, I find it more interesting and seeing how it plays out because a beta can give you so much really, and you're learning from a very selective few of people. Also, it's
Oh
gonna be
yeah.
it's gonna be I mean though I mean like it goes into an open beta during the weekend, but still and everything from when you hear it from other people though, that's where it's a very small few of who you're hearing it from and all that stuff. And that can be from a pro player, that can be from a casual, or just a hardcore player in general, and all that stuff. So it's like, and then I think I could finally say this. I think after like trying not to like, I've come to realize a lot more and more. People are focused on one game, and they focus on growing up with this one game for such a long time. Some of them can complain about certain things that aren't in the game or things wanting to change. When there's changes made, it doesn't feel like the right game anymore. And I'm just like, can we just enjoy stuff and all stuff, just how it is and all stuff? Now I get it. Like Arturo, who is a large and particularly big Call of Duty Zombies fan, I remember the days of Vanguard Zombies and all that stuff, and he was not enjoying it and all that stuff. It was
One bit.
and everything like it was so bad we didn't even decide, we didn't even bother trying out the round based map that came out, or that finally came out towards the end of it. That's how bad it was and everything. I mean,
So I understand it's a new engine, they want to try a new thing, but still, at least have a sense of familiarity there.
true. I mean,
So,
I get that. Like, I get that. I get that. It's like, but I think it's more of the fact, like, since this wasn't their game, like, really, they weren't the lead. This is developer Treyarch, who they weren't the lead developer on Vanguard. They probably thought of this as more of like, you know what? Let's do something different. Change it all up and everything like that, and see where it goes. Yeah, a lot of people in the zombie community were upset and everything like that, and
with the story, the gameplay, is stuff
that's it.
that they had introduced in Cold War. I think Cold War was the best demonstration of like new zombies that was going to be constantly updated and, you know,
Oh yeah,
fixed. But no.
yeah. Like Cold War Zombies was my first experience of going through that whole thing in general, and I had a good time with that and everything. I think the what was that mode where it's like you're in
Uh,
it was the big maps and everything like that. It was the bigger maps. Uh,
break.
Outbreak, yeah, that was cool and everything like that. That was really cool. And I hope they do that for they bring that back for their title in 2 years. Because that was very fun and all that stuff. And I think the one other thing that I'm excited for, um, and I think this is just me in general because I'm a big not lore. I'm not that big of a lore person, but I enjoy it enough to like wanting to know more.
Yeah.
This this is a connective tissue between when Modern Warfare 2019 came out to now and all that stuff. There are connective tissues within the last 3 games and all that stuff. There are stuff to that and all and everything like that. There are connective tissues. I'm interested in seeing what they do with that more, and especially after playing the campaign for Modern Warfare 2, where they go with that more and how that works and everything. It did get a little the story did get a little crazy towards the end on the Warzone side for Vanguard, but that's neither here or there and everything.
Yeah, I didn't even
I mean,
play the campaign.
how do you fit in how do you fit in Godzilla and Kong in World War II? It was so weird.
You know,
It was
you just do.
so weird. It was so I mean, it's like you can probably fit in somewhere. I mean, if that one was like that one I was willing to like slide because it can be questionable and all that stuff in a way. But
Yeah.
Terminator, Snoop Dogg, and then this current season you have like villains from the older games in here. I'm like, what is happening right now?
A
And
lot.
I'm like, what is happening right now? I think it was just like, you know what? Warzone 2 is coming. Let's just go all out on this. We're no longer and everything like that. We're no longer this game's not gonna be updated as much as it was. And let's just technically go all out on this and everything. But I mean, what it is what it is. You know that stuff. But I think from a lore perspective, I'm interested in seeing where it goes from here and all that stuff, and see where it goes. Especially now that they're doing this new Call of Duty every 2 years now. I think it will help. Hopefully, it'll help them story build out better. The games will be a little bit more cleaner and precise and everything like that. Especially now that everything's on the same engine now for
Mm-hmm.
this. And I think the one like I think also do not make when Warzone is going to be attached to the next Call of Duty game, don't call it Warzone 3. Just keep it as Warzone 2 in a way. And I'm fine with a new map. I'm fine with a new map. 2 years is enough to be on one map and whatever changes they make throughout those 2 years for this title. I'm fine with a new map when Treyarch does. I think Treyarch is a Black Ops title is gonna be the next one. So do your map, do that. They'll have a map for that one, and then whatever the next Call of Duty game is after that, um, their next one. Just don't make the next war. Don't make that thing Warzone 3.0 or something like that. Just keep it under the 2.0 umbrella. No way.
Also, I might have done a thing.
Oh no.
So Ricky, you know how you never played Resident Evil, right?
I do have 2, 3, and 7.
I have one, two, I have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. That I may or may not have gotten within the past 5 minutes.
Wait, what did you get the expansion that's coming out?
I got the bundle.
The gold edition, right?
No, not the
Or
gold,
was it?
not the gold edition frame, but like,
Uh,
um, what's it called? So Xbox Live Gold, whatever, has discounts right now on all the
yes,
Resident Evil games.
yes. Oh, okay.
And so they were selling 4, 5, and 6 for $20.
Oh,
7 is $10, but the gold edition and everything of that one is 15. So I bought that.
I have 7.
I already had 0, 1, 2, and 3 and 4.
Uh,
Actually, I had 0, 1, 2, and 3 remakes, 2 and 3
okay,
remakes as well.
okay. Interesting.
Very interesting because now
Mm.
I have all of that.
And then the remake of 4 is coming out next year.
And the remake of 4 is coming out next year. Because Resident Evil
I'll
is
be.
such a good series too. It's a good spooky time series.
Well, yeah. I wish I would have done that earlier and all that stuff because of everything. Well, it's like and I think we'll talk about this more when we get to
Last
time.
year you were doing your Life is Strange playthrough.
I still gotta finish the new one. I haven't finished that yet. I'm 2 episodes in and I haven't finished the rest.
How are you liking it?
I'm not gonna so far I enjoyed it and all that stuff. I don't one is such a high pillar in my opinion.
Have you
It's
played Before the Storm, the prequel
oh
to
yeah.
one?
Oh yeah. I played that. I went through that. I went through that. I went to Before the Storm and I did 2. All in like 2 months, a week, once a week, and all that stuff. I believe one is such a one is like at like a hill and like
Yeah,
I don't want to compare it to anything else. I mean, and Before the Storm is good too, don't get me wrong, but it's like I don't want to say I was disappointed with 2. It's just like it didn't have that feel. It didn't grab me as much as 1 and Before the Storm did, and all that stuff.
yeah.
And I'm liking True Colors, right? I from what I played so far, but it's like I'm not. I'm trying my best not to compare it to 1. So no, it's something different. Though there is one character that is connected from the other games.
Oh really?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like I've had a good. Like I said, I'm not. I gotta get. I want to get. I'm planning on getting back on it. I've been literally thinking. Uh, so like I said earlier, like I'm uploading the Modern Warfare 2 campaign on a daily basis, like part by part.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing that for some other games. I don't know which ones yet. Like the fact like I would love to do it for Resident Evil, but I know I'm not gonna have the time to fit all those games in the next 6 days
Yeah, because
because
they
of
are like 16 hours,
yeah, and it's
depending on
like
games and stuff you play, and that's like active 16 hours if you know what you're doing.
yeah, true. So it's like I want to. So it's like I don't know yet what I want to do with it. If should I save it for next year or try to do it leading up to 4 remake?
Yeah,
That's the decision I'm deciding on right now. But like I was going through like my backlog of games that I haven't played yet. Like I have Final Fantasy VII remake. There's some other couple of single player games that I have. I was like I'm thinking about replaying God of War because the second one is coming out in a couple weeks, and then probably doing that. So it's like I'm thinking
yeah,
I'm thinking about doing something like that, trying to put those in there and see how much I can put in and all that stuff. I just gotta figure out which ones to go into first, or how to do what orders to put them in. And then like Resident Evil is gonna be the big one, like I said, because like, do I do that to lead up to 4 remake, or do I just save that for next for October of next year, like and just but get it done in September, like play it throughout
yeah,
September, and then get it all uploaded on in October and all that stuff, and then go from there and see where we go from there and all that stuff
yeah.
and all that stuff. So it's like so I don't know what this question means, but okay, I'll think about that. Um, uh, but yeah, so it's like we'll see. That's what I'm just kind of going, just to post, um, on all that stuff. So that's pretty much it. Let's just get that done now because I don't want to save that. I've already delayed it once.
Okay, it wasn't delayed. Can I talk
Technically,
about the story?
technically. So let's talk about that and then jump into that.
So let me go tell y'all about a saga that happened and why a certain topic was delayed. And this saga was the saga of how I lost my keys. Now, it all started Sunday, October 15th. Or 16th, actually, not the 15th, that's a Saturday. 16th, right? Woke up, was getting ready, and I was like, where are the keys to my car at? I was like, whatever, I'm gonna go to church still, so like, I carpooled, went to church, came back from church, and I was like, where are my keys at? No joke, I literally looked, fell asleep, woke up the next day, tore apart my room. Like, no joke, threw out my cabinets and everything, washed all my clothes, threw out my whatever's in my um clothes hangers, built new ones, built cube organizers. That's gonna be my new dressers. And I was like, I still can't find my keys. It literally took me all day until like 7, 8 o'clock on Monday to find my keys. It was it was a beautiful time. Mm, mm, mm. Ricky, are you mute?
That's when we were supposed to originally record this episode, and as soon as I don't even did it get close to 6 or like it was before 6. That's when he messaged us about he couldn't find his keys, and I was like,
It's like 4:30 ish.
yeah. So it's like I was like, oh great, this is gonna be on all that stuff. This is gonna be interesting. So he's like
I
I
had to
had
go to Pismo because that was the thing too. I was going to Pismo Beach.
yeah. So I'd asked. So it was later on, and I had asked just to make sure, and all that stuff. I was like, are you like? Because I think you didn't found him yet, but it was like it was already close to recording, and I just wanted to ask just to confirm and just see what we can do. And
You recorded? I was like looking at my room. I'm like, I don't
can
think
you
I
still
want to
record?
record it.
Yeah, it was like I asked, do you want to do we can we still record it? And it was like you literally just sent a video of your whole room wrecked, and I'm like, oh, and all that stuff. I
So
was like, oh, okay. So like we'll just do it next week and all stuff because we couldn't do it tomorrow. We couldn't do it the next day and everything.
I was leaving.
Yeah. So I was like, let's just do it next week. We'll go from there and stuff. But yeah, that was fun. That was an interesting time of events and everything. But should we get to the topic we wanted to talk we didn't get to talk about last week because that was a fun weekend.
Yeah, it was a 6-hour drive. It was quite the road trip for me and Ricky actually. It was in San Diego, and it was TwitchCon.
We went to TwitchCon San Diego. There it was my second one, but my first time in San Diego. Arturo's first time overall and everything. Well, to TwitchCon and everything. And it was a good. I had a good time and all that stuff. No matter what happened, no matter what was there and all that stuff, like it was a good experience and all that stuff to go back and all that stuff because the last time I went was in 2018 and that was in San Jose. I didn't get to go in 2019 when it was in San Diego because I made a decision of like to put other things behind ahead of that, which was a bad idea at the same time. I will say this: San Diego is a wonderful place. I love San Diego.
Terrible for parking. Wonderful place. I'm like terrible for parking.
Terrible for parking, but a wonderful place. And all that stuff. Like literally, it's downtown, the ballpark, and the convention center all together, and everything like that. And I was just like, okay, like how do people deal with this for baseball games and what San Diego Comic Con and all that stuff? Because it was like, I was like,
Super San Diego Comic Con.
I'm like, okay, all that stuff. Like this is interesting. Like little, I think it's like I think next time if it is in San Diego next year, we'll just have to save money and just get one of the nicer hotels close by and not deal with the part driving and all that stuff
For real.
and all that stuff. Because that was an experience. Just that in general and everything.
Just that was an experience on its own.
It was it all that stuff. Just going places, trying driving, getting there and all that stuff and everything. Finding ways of getting to the convention center from where we were when we parked, seeing all these people, all these cars trying to cut in and everything like that, and looks like they're about to potentially
Us
run over
riding
people.
scooters down there, having mimosas in the morning.
Mm-hmm. It was a very fun time for that particularly.
Very, very interesting things happening,
Very.
especially things that you would never think you would see in person.
I forget what the section was called in particularly, but that whole area of like where all the restaurants and all that food stuff and everything like
Slap,
that. That whole
yeah,
area that whole
yeah,
area in
Gap.
particularly was cool and everything. So that was cool. Um, the the event itself, uh, I see why people. I was like, I see like after like yeah, like coming after that, I was like, yeah, I would rather have this in San Diego than going back to if it going back to San Jose and everything because everything there was so much better than it was what it was at San Jose. Like how everything is set up, how it's all and everything's all it's technically all within one place. And I was like, yeah, keep this in San Diego and not bring this back to San Jose and everything. San Jose was a pain and all that stuff. San Jose was a pain for that. And that's nothing against San Jose Convention Center because we went there for Genesis, but Genesis was fine. That's fine right there
Yeah.
and all that stuff. But having TwitchCon there when I went in 2018, oh my god, and all that stuff.
Like just it was too small.
Just getting in was a pain in the butt and all that stuff. And
Mm.
yeah, just getting in was a pain in the butt at San Jose and all that stuff. Here in San Diego, easy breeze, just boom in and all that stuff. Though I mean, there was the mask mandate and all that stuff. Make sure you have a mask. Some people were having issues with that. I find it so weird though. We asked, there was people wanting to get a mask mandate in, And there's people with their masks down, and nobody's doing anything, saying anything about it. It was so funny. I was like, I hope he. I was like, I'm probably not. I'm like, there probably weren't the people that were there that have or that are like there. They're probably not the ones that were complaining about the whole mask mandate thing for having it and everything. And then it was like, but like I said, it was like, I kid you not, there was like at least maybe like every time when we walk by, I see like maybe 2 or 3 people just have the mask under them, and that's it, or not have a mask at all. And I'm just like, okay, I'm not gonna complain. I'm not gonna complain for that stuff and everything. Um, the whole thing, the whole when we went upstairs and the dream thing was supposed to happen, all those people,
That was too long of a line. That was absurd.
that was ridiculous. And you know what the funny part was? It wasn't. I turns to find out, and I don't know if you knew this. It wasn't in the glitch theater, that theater we were in when we saw the when we were watching the You Don't Know Jack game. It wasn't in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It wasn't in there. It was in one of the smaller rooms. I was like, oh, this explains a lot.
Yeah, that's insane.
And all that stuff. Like, how, I was like, what? I was like,
It,
I'm
it
like,
was like in one of the Where to Learn Magic rooms.
it was like, it was. I was like thinking to myself, like, what was the decision of doing that? Like, do you not know who this person is? And then, what's also funny for the fact, because like Dream, the streamer and all that stuff, he just came off of doing his face reveal too, and all that stuff not that long ago before TwitchCon, and I'm just like, why? Why? Like, why not?
No,
Like, why is
keep
it?
some drama. No, just kidding.
Well, then again, it was the same day as the open ceremony too. So it's like, I'm like, y'all gotta plan this better next time and everything.
It's like, now we want chaos.
So I'm like, y'all are asking for violence or something like that for that stuff. It was just, I was like,
Mm,
I'm just like, what? This is too much and everything for that stuff. There was the artist alley, one of my favorite things about TwitchCon. So many cool stuff to see there. So much stuff, so much different kind of type of art stuff that are there. Um, we saw like the Twitch rival arena, where those events was just like for like Apex and some other stuff. We saw a Minecraft MOBA. That was that was interesting to see.
that was very interesting to see.
I was like, I'm like the TikTok I posted was like, I'm in the same hall. Like, this is the same hall, like that's Hall H, where they announced like the big stuff at Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, like the Marvel movies and all that stuff. Like, you see like big things happening in that area of the convention center, like that hall.
We watched.
And we were watching we were in that same hall watching Minecraft MOBA. Like,
We were watching like a balloon tournament happening in that room.
there was a balloon tournament. Apparently, it's a big deal because there's a world championship happening too.
Yeah, they were like, this is like actual competition for people to go to Brazil.
It was like, yeah, it was like in Brazil or something. The finals. I'm like, oh, this is a big deal and everything. So for that, and all that stuff. It was like,
we as a Twitch chat could control if there was a fan on or off too.
using channel points.
I was like, what? This is a world thing. Like, oh yeah, let's add hazards as the chat.
Yeah, like that's helpful and everything. Someone popped a balloon too and everything. I'm like, dang.
You know, with his bare hands.
Watch your strength
like,
there.
Demigod he was.
Control your strength, man. It was so funny. Like, we saw that Minecraft MOBA. Of course, there were like, we watched Apex. You know, well, I did mostly.
I was in line for offline TV. Got to see Michael Reeves.
Yeah, you got to do that. You got
go.
To do that. And then there's the foam pit.
Ah, yes. You know, I participated in the death trap myself, actually. And obviously, I'm here to live to tell the tale.
But apparently, on that same day, apparently, because even though we found out the next day,
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get the VOD, but they deleted it.
I think that's probably why.
Yeah.
Um, apparently, there are two people that attended that attended TwitchCon actually got hurt. And not like all it's walk off, like actually injured, where they had to go to the hospital. One had to go do surgery, like and all that stuff. I was just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it pretty bad, pretty bad.
It was like I was like, okay, and all that stuff, which explains why it wasn't that what not much was happening that on Sunday over there too. Um, there's been like since that day a lot there was a lot of people complaining about that um within Twitter, and they were like saying like, did they not go through certain procedures and all that stuff? Isn't there like a guidelines of how high, how deep it should go and everything like that?
Which isn't Twitch's fault
And
because
then
it was
and a
Twitch's
lot of
booth.
people and a lot of people were saying like, like you should shoot Twitch, and I'm like,
It's not even them.
it's not.
It's
Yeah,
hell.
technically it's like you on technically, because I don't want to say much. I don't want to go far on it or like try not to say something wrong. It is
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
Twitch's fault for this, is because they're not the one. It's not a booth on
They're not the
theirs.
ones at fault.
Yeah, and all that stuff, like, and everything. This is the convention. Yeah, it's them and all that stuff. It's and everything. But you have to like the booth in particularly is not a Twitch run booth. So it's from a different company and all that stuff. So it sucks to see. It sucks to see that and everything. And then of course there's like these. Because when we were talking about it, I did ask you of like, was there like waivers signed and all that stuff and everything like that? You said yeah and all that stuff. So I mean, they can, like, if they're gonna try to do something about it. I mean, they'll probably give it a shot and see what happens and all that stuff. I haven't heard much about it since then, though. That's the thing. It's like it was just like that the Sunday, and then I think like the Monday and Tuesday when we were back home, where people were still talking about it, but I haven't heard anything about it since. Uh,
Yeah. Well, I've heard of like the small recovery, like the surgery finished, but the one of the streamers, she's gonna need a lot of physical therapy, and it's
yeah,
like it is a life changing
thing.
accident
Well,
that could have been easily avoided through
not jumping
Talion.
off.
And obviously, well, here's the thing: it doesn't matter if she jumped off or not. It's just that they didn't have any foam padding on the bottom, and
Yeah,
there wasn't, and they weren't up to regulation
yeah.
in the pit. So Inteleon is at large too, but they're obviously not going to admit to anything because then that opens the gate to lawsuit.
Hmm. Yeah. So, so yeah. So it's just like, ugh, there's a lot of things going wrong there. I mean, it's like, I think for me it was just like seeing everybody going after it. It just feels like ill intent, like like somehow, like sometimes it feels like they're doing this because they think um the companies themselves don't have any ill will intention, don't care about people and all that stuff. And I'm sure they were carefully going through this, and it just happens to be a whole horrible thing at the end of the day and all that stuff. But it's at the same time, it's just like, where do we? I was like, what else? What else can happen? It's like the next, like, best thing you can believe is just for the fact that hopefully that doesn't happen again next year for that
Yeah.
stuff and everything. Like, it's bad enough that Twitch as a company is already in underwater about with a lot of stuff overall and everything, whether it be like supporting content, supporting streamers and all that stuff, and then others paying streamers certain things and all that stuff, and everything in general. Um, there's there's been stuff about people. There's been a lot. I've heard things about like that happened at the convention that was like not just Twitch in general, but just people that attended the convention. Um, I saw a thread that was talking about, apparently she worked for a company with that was that had a booth in TwitchCon. I don't remember the one in particular, or nor do I think she even mentioned it. But I think she was like a community rep or something like that for that company, and like and everything. Like we'll probably like talk to like streamers and about the products and wanting to like see what they can do. But she never. But the thing was, I think she said like she was walking around the convention, and but it wasn't like she wasn't promoting herself with that being with that company. She was walking like if she was like a regular bystander and all that stuff. And apparently she was like running into streamers that were like pretty like really rude to people, and like, but it's more of the fact of like them like flaunting their numbers and all that stuff and everything like that, being very cocky and all that stuff, and very like thinking they rule the world and kind of stuff like that. And it's just like, yeah, there's a lot happening here, um, just on both ends within a Twitch community, within the Twitch community itself, whether it be the company itself or these, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't want to say privilege because that's not the right word. Um,
Big shots.
Big shot streamers in a way, and also like that think they're like they're above everybody else in a way, and it's very very interesting about that kind of stuff. It's just like, and it's interesting to
Yeah.
see. It's very interesting to read, understand, and read about all that stuff and that stuff. And I don't know. It's just I came into that. I came into going to TwitchCon this year of just like coming back, seeing what it's like in a different environment, as being it for it being in San Diego since I went to, since the first time I went was in San Jose, and just seeing what's there, what they're gonna show, what they provide, um, what booths are there and everything like that. Like just going in and seeing, feeling like what's there and all that stuff. There's a lot. There was a lot. There was a lot of cool things. There was a lot of negative things. There's the stuff that was like announced during the open ceremonies, which was like stuff they have already talked about before TwitchCon in blog posts, but just saying that like, oh, it's available for affiliates and partners now or within the next couple of weeks. I'm like, nothing new for the product, for the platform itself to engage and to get excited about. And I literally came out of that was just like, okay, cool, and everything because like I'm not affiliate, I'm not partnered, but it's at the same time it's just like
Which you could be. No,
I
just
could
kidding.
be and it's just more of the fact it's like I became like I haven't even I think this whole month I think I probably maybe streamed like once or twice, and it's just became more for me. It was just more of the fact of do like I enjoy it, I like it and everything like that, but it became like the thing was like my For You page on TikTok is literally just like streamer tips and you should do this, you should do that. If you don't believe you can do this, then you shouldn't do it at all. And I'm just like, can I just enjoy it first? Like, can I just spend a couple hours being on my own, having it on, playing the game, and seeing what happens in those 2 hours, no matter what, and all that stuff. I know myself, in particular, I'm not much of a talkative person in a way, but I'm willing to have conversation and talk and all that stuff. If that person in the chat is willing to respond back at the same time
Yeah.
and all that stuff. And it's just like,
And we're just there to like, laugh at chat while you do your gameplay.
yeah, and all that stuff. And it's just like I'm trying like the thing is like I'm trying to grow myself as a person doing this while trying to learn this at the same time of another thing on what to do here and all that stuff. I'm tired of hearing like, don't stream this many hours and make sure you're putting on your stuff on social platforms. I've been doing that for the last 2 years and all that stuff. I've been posting stuff on TikTok. I I'm starting to dabble in other social platforms and all that stuff to get more out there. I'm starting to think of doing other type of content on TikTok and everything like that. It's just I'm making sure if I'm enjoying it, which I do, and all that stuff. I really do, and everything and everything. It's just I'm getting tired of the tips and I'm tired of this stuff and being like and hearing this stuff and being like, I literally found I had a TikTok that came up and saying was talking to a streamer talking to their chat saying like, if you haven't hit affiliate in your first 3 months, you should just throw away your PC. I'm like,
Let's not go too far now.
I get where you're going at with it, but don't be drastic about it and all that stuff.
Yeah, not every what's it called Twitch streamer needs to have like the top of the line PC.
And it's just or it's like and then people are like, you should just have get your friends and all your family members to watch and all that stuff to get the 3 views. I'm like, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have no one in my family or friends are willing to do that, and I'm okay with that. In all honesty, and all that stuff, because I'm not gonna force them to do something they don't want to do, and all that stuff. I will if I ask and they say no or anything like that. I'm fine with that, and everything, and all that stuff. Like again, I post as much as I can on TikTok just to get just to get out there, and all that stuff. I I'm tired of doing the whole posting on social medias that I'm live because and everything like that because the majority of my people that follow me are my friends and all that stuff and everything. And I know damn well none of them has done it and all that stuff.
Excuse.
With the exception of Arturo. Manny's left here and there and all that stuff.
You can't forget Keyshock too. No,
Shock, we haven't heard her in a long time. But the thing is though, it's like I'm not gonna be what I'm trying to say is I'm not gonna be upset if they don't want to do it and all that stuff. That's what I'm trying to get at here and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And everything. That's the one thing I'm trying to get at. That's why I don't follow most of my friends on TikTok because of the fact it's like I'm growing that to get other people to get other people and all that stuff. I'm hoping to because
I'm trying to get my community.
yeah, and all that stuff. It's like I'm trying to do this and all that stuff. Like that's why there's a separate Instagram specifically for gaming stuff. Though I still post it on both, stuff to gain something there. I'm going on YouTube Shorts now and all that stuff to get that kind of stuff to pull in and all that stuff and everything. But it's just like I can't. But at the same time, it's like I'm also getting what's the word I'm looking for?
Scourged?
Not scourged, but like not getting what I want to promote to let them know of like I'm on this to do this and everything like that. So like to promote my other stuff on these other platforms, it's like it's supposed to be it feels like it's discouraging. Like hell, it's like I can't for some odd reason it's like frowned upon to say Twitch or YouTube on a TikTok and everything like that. And everything. And it's just like and I'm trying to understand why is that and all that stuff. But it's like no one does it and I'm like I'm just gonna be like, you know what? I'm just gonna say YouTube and Twitch because that's what it is. That's what it's on, and everything like that. So it's like, it is what it is, and all that stuff, and all that stuff, and all that stuff. So like right now, I'm at the point now where like, you know what? I'm just gonna say YouTube on the next post I do for the next video I put because that's what it's on, and all that stuff. So it's like it is what it is. Go there, links in bio, and all that stuff, and all that good stuff and everything like that. I'm trying to figure out how to do Twitter more better, all that stuff right now because it's like I don't want to post something I don't feel like it's gonna get something that's gonna pull. I would love to do videos on YouTube, Twitter, like clips on Twitter, but it's just at the same time it doesn't feel like it's right. It doesn't feel it's like the right thing to do, and I'm like, do I follow the norm or just do I do my own thing and all that stuff? But I'm getting in a tangent. We need to get this episode done because it's already going over.
It is going over. Should we talk about the last thing?
What was the last thing?
Nah. We're good. We'll save it for
that's like game industry
next
stuff.
Week's drama. No, just kidding.
That's like game industry stuff. That's like
yeah.
I've
That's a whole nother set of drama. A whole
Yeah.
nother set of can of worms right now.
And then that's
Because
like
it's not even just gaming
the
industry.
story of it is just like, you know what? I don't care. I don't even like I played here's the thing. So it's Bayonetta. I played the first one, never got to finish, never got to beat it, never played two. I'm not even gonna even attempt to play three now and all that stuff. Cause it's just yeah. The game took too long to get out. It's only on the Switch, which is weird still to this day and all that stuff. And I'm not gonna get into that, but I'm done. I'm going on a tangent now for that.
Okay. But yeah, that was episode 99 of No Name Podcast. Very interesting topics. A lot of games. This is like a gaming session podcast this time
Yes.
because we didn't watch a lot of movies.
Mm-mm. And of course, I mean, we did have House
Don't
of
worry, darling.
Dragons as a topic, but I mean,
Oh, true. But Manny was there because I haven't
Manny's
seen
here.
it yet because I'm one episode away from finishing Game of Thrones.
I'm gonna say this real quick. This I'm not gonna say I wasn't interested in House of Dragons. It just never was a priority.
Yeah.
But I got it. I think I picked the right time to watch it, which was before the season finale, and I really enjoyed what this show is, and I'm very excited for season 2. That's all I'm gonna say.
You know what I'm excited for?
Hmm.
Chainsaw Man. But that's another topic.
That's another thing. That's another thing because that's got some drama. But let's, like I said, we're gonna go long.
Yeah. But thank you all for coming. Thank you for watching. If you see us on whatever podcast platform you're listening on, whether it be YouTube, Google, Spotify, Apple, Anchor, any kind of podcast service, go ahead and leave a like. Go ahead and leave a follow, subscribe, whatever is there. But yeah, we'll catch you in a couple weeks. Peace.
Peace.